Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is the Upper Tier Podcast. It's Tuesday. It's Pro Wrestling Weekly. The panel is assembled. We have a fantastic show for tonight on the back of a fantastic episode of Raw as we flush into Survivor Series approaching really fast from the beautiful stadium there in the background in San Diego. So it should be an absolute belter, shaping up to be really, really good. First of all, before I begin, make sure you are subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell notification button, dropping a like on the video as well. And as Bren would say, all notifications when you hit that bell as well. Really, really important. There is a huge amount of content going out now on a weekly basis. Everyone on your screen there literally has a show all scheduled out to go out and stuff like that. So make sure you're tuning in to those shows as well and liking and sharing and giving them all the support that they need. But before we start the show tonight, folks, I thought like we just send a shout out there. Last weekend was a very sad weekend as well on this shores. Not only was it great for football, but sadly 5 families and extended families were changed forever as 5 young people lost their lives up in County Louth in a really bad car crash. So we'd like to extend our prayers and condolences and support and thoughts and anything we could do to the families of Chloe McGee, Shay Duffy, Alan McCluskey, Dylan Commons, and Chloe Hipson, who all lost their lives last weekend, sadly, in a car crash up in County Louth. Very, very sad. So our thoughts, prayers, and condolences go out to their families. What a horrible thing to have to endure right before Christmas as well. It's when it always seems to happen as well. So just thought I'd put that out there, folks. So, right, let's get into the show. And let's start off. Let's kick it off with Monday Night Raw, the only place to start. Bren, kick us off.
Yeah, how he is. Real Dublin there. There you go. Monday Night Raw started off with the greatest of all time, undisputed. He got a reaction that was reminiscent of Hulk Hogan. Do you remember when he came out on SmackDown in 2002 and around there? It was exactly like that. And I said it today in the shop. It was one of those reactions from a New York crowd, often seen as a tough crowd, and it was just brilliant. Everything about it was fantastic. Sheamus got the rub. Do you know what? It was even nice to see Rey Mysterio, and the match was deadly. Everybody played a stormer. It was a bit of crack, a bit of fun. If I'm honest, though, the rematch with Dom Mysterio, I'm not too high on it. I think somebody else should have got an opportunity in there for Survivor Series, maybe, and then Dom get the complain about a rematch then later down the line when John's gone. But everything about this was just brilliant. The promo from the start, Cena's entrance. You know, we only have 2 more of those bad boys left. Like, obviously, he'll do that entrance again in the future, but this is he's coming out and he's coming out to battle, and that was really like it's really hitting home now. He's got 2 more dates, and last night's didn't disappoint. I loved every single second of it. Can't criticize it. Top job. What do you think?
Keith, Nikki Bella turned heel. Talk to me. You called it. You called it. You wanted it. You wanted it hurried up. You got what you wanted. Talk to me.
I thought it was lazy booking last night, to be quite honest. It was just lazy booking. Like,
go on, Keith.
There was nothing in it. Like, she just attacked her, and then she just pulled a lame promo, and then she was gone. I wanted more, to be quite honest with you. I was hoping for like a back and forward, and then maybe a beat down, but it's just lazy booking from Triple H.
Keith, they can't have a back and forward because she'd look brutal.
I know.
She cannot put a promo.
Fight-wise,
my apologies.
Do you know, fight-wise, just like she's just terrible on the mic. Like, she needs to go. To be honest with you,
I mean,
I'm just hoping that
Stephanie Vickers can't even speak English about the mic.
Yeah, but she has fucking millions more talent than Nikki Bella in her pinky toe. To be quite honest with you,
not true. But go on.
Well,
what do you mean? Not true? Oh, sorry.
Well, you know where this is going, and Sean and Emma, I'm sure, will back me up in this. That belt has Nikki Bella written all over it at Survivor Series.
And you will be crying in a corner when you hear and no.
This is Keith's fear. Keith's fear about last night is not about the promo or not about the attack. Keith's fear is that he knows that belt's going around Nikki Bella's face.
Oh, he knows it, and he's terrified.
Absolutely terrified.
No
That's
comment.
that's
Just-
Do we have
That
Keith?
is shit.
Keith, do we have if this happen? What do you think, Keith? Do you thinking Stephanie keeps it?
I want Stephanie to keep it.
I
But
think
what
there
do-
should
but
be a
what do you think?
forfeit. I think
I
there should be
think
a
there should be a
forfeit between
forfeit
Sean
as
and
well.
Keith.
And I have a Nikki Bella shirt
Yeah.
in the shop that would fit
Yep.
Keith lovely on a podcast.
I think if Stephanie wins, Sean O has to wear a Vacar t-shirt. And if Keith,
That's not a
Don't
forfeit.
one.
Anyone,
That's not a
anyone-
forfeit for either.
Yeah, anyone to wear a Stephanie shirt. That's not a
no, and
forfeit.
I'm trying to drum up business for you here. Fine, I won't do anymore.
Do you know what? If that's what it takes, I'll dress up like Stephanie Vaquer and skip around the room. Why not?
Sean, I have to ask, what
Who
is with
doesn't
you
love
and
that
Nikki
woman?
Bella? What do you find fascinating about her? Like, she's just dirt.
I grew up with her. I
Yeah.
grew up with her.
I've
That's
not,
what
I've
I
not got
love.
popcorn, but I've got my matchsticks, boys. This is great. Keep going.
But what is it that you like about her?
Everything. Like you see the work she puts in, and that's not saying other wrestlers don't put in work, but you watch the show, you watch Total Divas, Total Bellas, all that. You see everything she's went through. You see everything she's
Total
came back from.
Bellas.
It was all
She came back
scripted.
from a neck injury.
It was all scripted.
She
There's
came back
nothing
from a
about
neck
that.
injury.
It was
Hang on,
scripted.
hang on. Whoa. Everything we watch here every week and talk about in this podcast is all scripted. Let's get it
Thank
straight
you,
here.
Niall.
Thank you,
Right,
Niall.
so, like,
Thank
not
you,
going down
Niall.
that route, it's all
No,
scripted.
but don't use reality
There's
TV
the
show.
referee. There's the
I've
referee.
news for you. Kayfabe is
Sean,
dead,
I would
bro.
rather watch First City than fucking Total Bellas.
Hey.
For God's sake.
Aye.
First City.
Oh, Dad.
First
And
thing
No,
Keith,
slaps, man.
and Keith,
No, no.
Keith, that
No.
is why you are single.
Yeah.
That's nothing to do with it.
Oh, that was below the belt, Niall. Love it.
Oh,
Has nothing to do with it.
I
Keep
love
it
you,
going.
I love you, Keith. I love you.
radio
That's it.
silence.
Evening, lads, Lassie, and Neve's fella. Evening, lads, Lassie, and Neve's fella. Love Mark. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good the way they did it, and all I can say is I think all roads lead to Nikki Bella getting the belt.
Don't make me
Sean, Solo defeating one Dolph Ziggler.
Oh. Do you know, I enjoyed this match, and I thought that Dolph Ziggler was a great sort of surprise, because you know yourself, the dirt sheets ruin everything, and everyone said it'll probably be Dolph Ziggler, and it was. The pop when he came out was absolutely brilliant. In fact, I actually think he got a better pop than Zack Ryder, who we thought was dead, but somehow miraculously came back to life. You know yourself.
And then
But-
died again. And then died
And
again.
then died again. Yeah.
Will. None of us know it.
It's not Chelsea Green's husband. It looks like him, but it's not. Yeah, obviously a great match. I still think Dolph Ziggler should have won, but I get why they didn't, just because obviously they said that Matt Cardona's appearance, Zack Ryder, his appearance was a one-off type thing, so I presume they're doing the same with Dolph Ziggler, and that's why they didn't have him win. But overall, great match. Solo advances. Not the outcome we really wanted, but it's the outcome we got. So yeah, good match.
Emma, I often talk in this podcast about Dolph Ziggler being the best seller in the business over the last 20 years. And I think last night's match with Solo kind of confirmed as well. When he took
Agreed.
that thumb to the neck, the way he sells
Oh
for
my
stuff,
god, yeah.
and not in a Shawn Michaels way, but in such a professional way. Like, he made that thumb to the neck feel like he'd been hit with a sledgehammer. But just so good. Moving on, Emma, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky.
Yeah, so I mean, Charlotte is not happy with this whole thing, and Alexa Bliss is not happy with Charlotte. So I feel like that's gonna end. That's done. Definitely done. The whole friendship thing is done. And I think part of me is thinking Charlotte is gonna go to the other side for War Games. Because Alexa seems like she's completely done with that friendship. She's like, I was there for you. You weren't there for me right now. That's it. It was very kind of set in stone for that.
Oh, you've got me intrigued now. This is Alexa Bliss getting beat up in this match, and then and trying to get Charlotte involved, and Charlotte just walking out or something. The heat would.
I don't think she'll
insane.
join the opposing team, because obviously they've set up for Becky and AJ to join as the fifth members of each team, but I can't see it happening at Survivor Series.
I think Charlotte turn heel.
I've actually been enjoying her as a face. This is like, I don't know if anyone else agrees, but I've been much preferring Charlotte as a face to a heel. as a heel, I get it. We're supposed to not like her, but she was so irritating. As a face, she's actually been entertaining. I've actually been quite liking her face run.
The stuff with Alexa's been good, hasn't it? Like it's been
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
It's been entertaining and it's been really good. And at first we kind of looked at it, we went, not too sure about this, but it's done really well for Alexa as well, because it's brought something out in Alexa, you know, because since she's come back and stuff like that, she's been kind of lost. She's been in that middle ground. Are you going to go Wyatt 6? Are you going to get involved in Bray Wyatt kind of stuff? Or are you going to be Alexa Bliss? What's going to happen kind of thing, you know? And the fact that Charlotte's been calling her Lexi as well and stuff like that is kind of cool as well. So
yeah.
Dave, Maxine Dupree defeats Becky Lynch for the IC belt.
I am delighted with how they've done this. And I love how they've done it, because they've at least built up Maxine into something believable. For her to win the title isn't just that, we're going to put it on her to get it off Becky. They made you believe that, okay, Maxine's had, this is her third chance now to win the belt. You know, she's done it. She's beat her already. So you kind of look at it and go, right, they've done this in a run-up that if she wins the title, it's not going to be, you know, oh, they're just putting it on her. She's earned it. You know what I mean? Regardless of how she got there, she earned it. Really good match. And I've not been the biggest Maxine Dupree fan for the past while. I thought she's been really sloppy in the ring, but I have to say she's proven me wrong in the last few weeks with the matches she's had against Becky, and this whole rivalry's been fantastic. Her to win the title, I love it. I love a happy run. And I love there being a face champion for a change. And I think this all leading into Becky and AJ and Survivor Series was perfect, because it just gave her the title, led straight into that, you know, each of them being on the Survivor Series team. And there was nothing lost in it. Everything just flowed great with that segment, with those segments and that match. Everything just seemed to run as it should have. And it was great.
It's interesting the way they're doing it as well. It looks like they're kind of positioning the likes of Charlotte or Becky as people who could potentially go into that Nikki Bella mix if she does land the title. And you could have some really good matchups there again, really roll back the dice and stuff like that, which would be really cool.
That's what I've always thought, like, because since like the likes of Liv Morgan have come back, Alexa Bliss, you have Charlotte Flair, you've got Bayley, you've got Lyra, you've got all these talents who are not in the title picture. So I'm looking at it going, are they just using this title for, you know, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky and all that? Are they just using these titles to elevate current kind of mid card, push them into the upper card kind of talent? Or are they actually going to put these big hitters back into the title scene again? Well, you know, are they going to put your Alexa Bliss and your Liv Morgans and your Rhea Ripley's and your, you know?
Yeah, what it will do as well is some of the questions, obviously on this podcast as well, but obviously out there on the internet as well, the questions that the likes of Brian and Keith and all would express each week about Nikki Bella and stuff like that. So maybe potentially some of those questions might get answered over the next few months and stuff like that. If Nikki does pick up the title, we shall see. I mean, either way, I'm a big Stephanie fan as well, but I just get the sense about this kind of like that as we speak each week, we talk about like we need the heels to have the titles and the faces to be chasing them, and that's always a much nicer recipe. This one,
don't get me wrong, she's not done a bad job.
Yeah.
You know, Stephanie. But anyway, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, this next one, Brian, if you want to take it, Gunther defeating Javon Evans. I was kind of disappointed in this one. It was cool, Gunther coming out with the kind of old stick kind of thing and stuff, but Javon Evans is such a star on the rise and stuff like that. I don't know how this kind of went, and my fear is the longer Gunther stays in this 16-man tournament, the bigger the chance potentially that he's going to be the last guy, and if he is, it's going to be so disappointing. What was your thoughts on it last night?
I don't think it's a bad thing that he won. I think we're going to see some misdirection. I think they put it out there and they seen the reaction. So I think it's good that he beat Javon Evans. What I would say is, I thought the match was really good. Javon Evans is stellar. Every time I see this man perform, it is absolutely incredible. And it made sense for Gunther to go through over Javon Evans. And I'm glad Javon Evans got the rub as well. It's good to see him under that spotlight and do so well. Gunther he didn't have to do much to pull a match out of him. The two of them were just sensational together. So I really liked it. I seen Gunther. I think, look, the result was never in doubt, but I think we're facing some misdirection. I think what's going to happen is, even if Gunther gets to the final, I can't see, like, obviously I'll have to say different when we're doing the watch along on Saturday Night Live. But I just cannot see Gunther being in the final, and not the final, being the last match of John Cena. Can't see it happening. I can see him progressing maybe again, but something's got to give somewhere, and I think we're looking at some misdirection.
And you see, Brent, you hit the nail on the head there as well, because when you say that the result was never in doubt, that's what disappoints me. Because Javon Evans is such a star on the rise, and Gunther comes back and this is what happens, kind of thing. So I don't know. Keith, what are you going to say there for away?
I said I think we're going to get a Sheamus Gunther final because those two can actually wrestle together.
Really we better pray Sheamus wins.
Yeah, I think those two will have a final together.
Yeah.
Like I said, you could have Grand Slam passing off to another Grand Slam. That for me tells a great story, but we don't know if it's going to be Gunther or Sheamus, or
I think
it's definitely not going to be Solo Sikoa anyway. That guy's not going anywhere.
I seen the words career killer come up when it came to Gunther's name. And he's retired Goldberg, and for him to go on to retire John Cena and then maybe next year retire AJ Styles. Look, I hope that's not the case, because then we're in a real predictable we're in a real predictable predicament. Say that 10 times fast. But either way, we'll see what happens. But I just don't see Gunther in the final.
Well, as well as that, Brent, I agree with you with the Dom Mysterio and John Cena. I would have liked it if it was The Miz and John Cena at Survivor Series for the title.
100%. Absolutely. And it fits in as well. The Miz was a brilliant Intercontinental Champion. He was fantastic. He deserves it as well. And Niall, you've said it on the show. You're the one that initially brought it up, actually, Niall, was The Miz. We were talking about every other name. You brought up The Miz, and it just makes sense. He fits in perfectly.
But Dom's a much better fit for San Diego, obviously.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get that. And, I like that bit of the promo. We'll do it on my terms. He's bleeding magic, that Dom Mysterio fella. He's just unbelievable.
I wonder will we get the switcheroo down in San Diego? I wonder will we get them cheering Dom and booing Cena?
It's happened before. It's happened before.
I don't think that's going to happen. Not on Cena's retirement.
That's Mysterio territory,
Yeah.
I think they're both going to get massively cheered that night.
Yeah,
and Dom's on his way to being cheered everywhere he goes anyway, no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, I suppose, Sean and Emma, we had the mass brawl with Cody Rhodes battering New York's finest police and everything going down. Cody Rhodes today, absolutely. And the reaction online is so great, it gives me hope that maybe kayfabe isn't totally gone, because there was people commenting underneath the video today on Twitter and all, or X, saying, I wonder will he get arrested now for assaulting all those policemen and stuff like that. I was there going. You obviously never look at videos of the performance center that you don't recognize any of these guys at all. You know what I mean? It was so cool, but it gives me hope that there is people out there like me who still want to believe that there's good guys and bad guys in a story to be told.
It's the magic that keeps us all in it, mate. It's the magic that keeps us all on this podcast every week.
Yeah, Emma, what did you think of the brawl? The brawl was pretty cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, it actually obviously I've been excited for Survivor Series, but this kind of set it in, it set the tone for it. And then of course Roman Reigns returned. We're not gonna, slate that or anything, because of course if people are happy to see him, he's with kind of the more favorites, let's just say. I don't think anyone would favor the Vision over CM Punk and all. I know I wouldn't anyway, but maybe I'm biased. I don't know. Maybe. But I actually really enjoyed that. It was a good ending as well, because the whole episode was just insane, I thought. It was definitely one of the best I've ever seen.
Bren made an interesting point with me today in the shop when he dropped in. Bren, you made the point that we're staring down the barrel of 4 more TV shows where it's just going to be mass brawls and just mess.
100%. I think every show from here on in is going to end up in that mass brawl. It's similar to the lead up to the Royal Rumble. It's like, where's everybody?
Literally going to be war games without the 2 cages.
Yeah.
And look, it made for an exciting ending, and I think you made a good point as well when you said they didn't show the brawl bit on telly. You know what I mean? And that should, a lot more of that should have been on telly, but look, it was all good.
I did think the way it was really cool where they brought up the credits and then Roman's music and his lights and all that. Really cool. And
that's their thing now, though.
if you see the reaction of some of the guys on TikTok and all, you mean they're going to end it that way, and the next thing they lose their shit when Roman's hit when stuff hits, and that's the perfect way to present Roman as well. You know what I mean? That aura just comes back again.
The only thing about it, Niall, is imagine Reigns is your best mate and you get a hiding.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do? He's gonna slowly stroll up. Well, he has to let his music get forced. You're after getting a hiding of a lifetime being bet.
This is the Jeff Hardy side, isn't it? Where Jeff Hardy comes out and he does the dance now and everything.
And he does. I don't know what that is. I think I'm swinging a rope there. I definitely wasn't doing Jeff.
Yeah. Well, see, I suppose the aura that he presents takes 3 or 4 people out before he even gets to the ring. So maybe that's it. He uses the Force like Star Wars or something like that, So, but yeah, it was really, really cool. Yeah, Acer's Shane McMahon in the 10th row. You probably have to buy the tickets now on TKO.
I just think he didn't want anyone to know he was there. I think he just wanted to go as a fan. I think it was just a general case of just don't tell me, like.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're right. It was Steph. Steph took the camera. Like she's the one that went on camera. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Dave did say good to see you today as well, Dave. By the way, yeah, but great to see you. Yeah, the Miz is a show, isn't it? And Acers again. Cop took the spear like a boss. Yeah, the one through the barrier. Yeah, it was awesome. And like, if that's not an indication to people that these are not real New York police, like, please, you know what I mean? Let's get it together.
Can I ask though as well? What are they doing with Bailey and Live Valkyria? I thought they were going to do something with her, like at this point. It seems like
so. I had a theory based on what Emma said earlier on. I think Bailey's going to help out the other team. That's what I think. I was.
Oh, interesting.
And I was kind of like, she's like, no, and then she's like, shut up, you idiot. Does her thing, and I think maybe Bailey helps out the other team. I don't know.
I was just like disappointed they're not in the War Games because I would have preferred them in it than Nia Jax and Lash Legend, to be honest.
Yeah, but you need, Keith, when you're doing cage matches like that, you need a couple of powerhouses in there as well.
Yeah, true.
Stuff, you know what I mean? You can't, like, I just think kind of with Bailey and with Lyra, I think there's a little thing going on there, and it's out there kind of on its own. But there's so much when you look at the shows again, and we spoke about it before. The amount of female stuff going on the roster is insane, isn't it? When you think about it, it's just
so good,
very good,
really, really good, and top quality stuff as well. Like, you know what I mean? Unbelievable, yeah. I'm not too sure, Acers, about that one. I think Roman might still have his sights on Cody eventually, I'd say. But yeah, so that was Raw in the bag, a really good one, I have to say. So how did we feel about this? A lot of the talk out there today after Raw was that, like, this was without a doubt the best Raw in a long time, the best Raw this year. How did people generally feel about it? Did they rank it up there as the best Raw this year? Can you think of a better one? Or
I just think when you have mega stars on the show, it just elevates the show even more. Do you know, when you have the likes of the Brock Lesnar and a Roman Reigns and a Cody and all these fellas that are on it, it makes the show just 10 times better.
Do you know what?
And I think.
Go ahead, Emma. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, sorry, you go ahead.
No, go on.
I think also as well, having like that, appearance from Dolph Ziggler as well really elevated the episode.
Yeah, and AJ Lee.
Definitely.
And AJ Lee.
I was getting to that. Don't you worry. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was really good.
Do you know what's always exciting as well and makes the show really exciting? When you have factions going at it. Because faction wrestling is just the money, isn't it, when you think about it? So to have those 4 groups going at it at different stages, when you see the Judgment Day and all with the boys, and then you see these lads unloading at the end of the show and all, it's just, the excitement must be different level, Emma, go on, you want to discuss AJ Lee?
Okay, fine. If you guys insist.
You're on a podcast with 5 lads, Emma. Of course we're going to insist about talking about AJ Lee. Come on, don't be silly.
Yeah, that's true. No, because like I had seen, obviously we had been talking about like she's coming back on this episode of Raw, and I was like, beforehand I was like, I don't know where she's going to fit in, but when it was Becky Lynch and Maxine Dupree, I kind of knew. I was like, AJ is coming out. And the one thing that annoyed me, and it's like such a small thing, is that the commentators are speaking over her music. And listen, that's just me, okay? That's just me. I like to have a little sing-song and a little bop to it, Let's light it up. But, yeah. But I was actually delighted to see her. And she helped Maxine, which is really good. So I'm excited to see where this goes with Becky Lynch because Becky is going mental. I think you've probably seen the video where she's like, "This is against the law" and all this,
The stuff,
which is
great
great.
tweet.
Like
the stuff
Yeah,
with the
One of
new
the
day,
best
tweet
tweets.
was-
stuff
It's
with
so
the new
good.
day is hilarious. Yeah, hilarious.
yeah.
I think they could maybe go up to as far as WrestleMania with it. Who knows? Like, it has legs, do you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's interesting, all right. And I was kind of thinking with the commentators talking over the music when they hit and stuff like that. I was thinking, did they even tell the commentators it was going to happen, or did they blindside them?
That's that makes true.
Because you know the way sometimes they just don't tell everything. We seen it in the Unreal documentary and stuff like that, and also
Yeah.
that was interesting for me.
I think if I was a commentator, I'd prefer that. Would you prefer that as a commentator? I'd want to be a surprise. Jim Ross had the same policy.
The lead commentator should know how the matches are going to flow and what's going to happen. The color commentator should not know a damn thing because they're the ones that should give the reactions to what happens that they don't know about. Because the commentator needs to know how the show is going to go, how it's going to flow, and they need to be able to prompt and so on and so forth. But then the color commentators are the ones that provide the shock, that little like Wade Barrett's screams and his reactions are probably genuine because as a co-commentator, you probably don't know anything near what the lead commentator knows, and that's it.
The thing about Barrett as well, because Barrett was a former wrestler as well, and because obviously he's a big fan of wrestling as well, so like you get the, I suppose it depends on who you have in the chair as well, because it can either things like that when you do those kind of things, it'll either fall flat in its face or you'll get exactly the reaction you want, but there's kind of no real middle ground.
I think he's great, to be honest with you, as a heel commentator.
Oh yeah, no, he's good, yeah. But you can tell by him that he's a fan of the art as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you can tell he comes across as a guy who loves his job, So what are we thinking then going into Survivor Series? How are we feeling about it going into? I think it's one of the most exciting ones in a long time.
I'm buzzing. Yeah, I'm buzzing for it. And it's funny because if you had told me Roman and Brock again, I would have slapped you in the face. But I'm not. I'm actually looking forward to it for a change. You look at the two War Games matches, especially if you compare them to previous years, these two matches have a chance to really slap. You look at the star power in that men's Survivor Series match. Oh my Lord, that is insane. Then you got the title matches on top of that. Cena, Stephanie, her opponent, and Dom. It's just insane. And that's not the end of it. We're going to have more matches on this pay-per-view.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Do you think they'll have another match? Because I imagine the two War Games are going to be like an hour long nearly, aren't they?
I think they will. They'll have maybe one or two more. But this is the first time I've looked at War Games and been like, oh my God, I can't wait for this pay-per-view.
Yeah, the two top matches will be about a half an hour each, and then the War Games will be an hour each. So you get a 3-hour pay-per-view. That's what you're looking at. Probably nearly warrants looking at it if we could do it. Probably nearly warrants a watch along, but we can talk about it. We still have a lot of time, but it looks like it's going to be one of the best ones now in a while, because they're building it nicely as well, and the fact that it's San Diego as well, that crowd's going to be absolutely hopping.
It's one of the best Survivor Series in a long time, I think. Just like the way it is,
Definitely.
The only thing that people were saying, the one thing that came out of it that I was listening to on the internet this week is kind of like, would they not consider at some stage dropping the War Games and going maybe for traditional Survivor Series matches, maybe the teams of 4 and stuff like that and all? And maybe that's something maybe to look at down in the future or something like that. Or, it'd be kind of cool to see these guys in a ring as well, 2 teams of 5 or whatever on the apron. Old school, really, as well. But then myself and Bren were discussing today, and I think I said, Bren, that we just really don't have those gimmicky characters maybe to hit it, and maybe that's where you need the cage, because you can do so much more in the cage. I think what Breaker and Bronson Reed are going to do in the cage is going to be insane. They're alone, Logan Paul. These you're going to have.
There's going to be a spear. There's going to be a spear through the side.
Oh, they're going to smash through the cage.
Yeah, you're gonna have definitely a side is definitely going to blow out eventually.
Do you think the War Games women's match will start the pay-per-view, or do you think it'll be John Cena?
I think they'll probably start with. I think they'll open up at Nikki Bella. I think, and Stephanie. I think will open the show.
They want to get people into it, so I assume they won't.
Yeah.
No, all messing aside, I actually think they're going to start with the men's. They might start with the men's one.
They usually leave it till as the main event. So I presume, I think in recent years they've started with the women's. So
fair enough.
The only thing about starting with a War Games match on this is because you're getting that feeling of like 10 people going at it in 2 cages, then it gets a little bit unflattering then when they walk out and 1 cage is being used and it's like Cena versus Dom or Stephanie versus Nikki, you know, kind of, it just kind of doesn't, everything should build towards the 2 war game matches, even though the other 2 matches are really good as well. But I think they could start off with Cena and Dom actually and get Dom to get the crowd going, San Diego and stuff like that. Maybe that's the show.
That's true. That's a good
Could be
show.
That's a
interesting, you know.
show.
Maybe that's the way they do it. Maybe, but yeah, Emma, what are you expecting from the women's War Games match? What are you hyped about on it? Obviously, it's a stellar lineup. Obviously,
Yeah, and I mean, what I love about it in like the recent weeks is that they've really built this up. Like they've built up Rhea and Io and the Kabuki Warriors. You know, Nia Jackson, Lash Legend, as you said, they're powerhouses. Like I feel like they're gonna get this like right. Each side is perfectly tailored as well.
yeah,
Like
it's brilliant when you look
which
at the
is
2
great.
lineups like that in the graphic as well. They all have little kind of stories within
Yeah.
the story. You know, it's pretty cool that way.
Yeah, and they each have like their own kind of, you know, they're all different characters as well, which is great. So they're each going to bring something to this game. Like each side has their kind of array of characters, which is going to be really good, I think. And the interactions with each other, it'll be really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely stoked for it. I think it's something we could consider if we were available and stuff like that. But we can chat about it. We've 2 weeks, plenty of time. Like, next up, we compiled a little list of Survivor Series debuts. I know it's quite small there for you, so I can call it out. But obviously, we go back 1990. The Undertaker made his in-ring debut at the Survivor Series. 1996, Rocky Maivia. 1997, the man we often forget about, Steve Blackman. If there was ever a wrestler and a talent that defined a War Games match, Steve Blackman would be that guy, wouldn't he? Not so much 1998 with Gilbert, obviously. 1999, we had Kurt Angle. These are serious names. 2006, CM Punk made his pay-per-view debut in it as well, and of course the Shield, and we're going to be talking about them later as part of our history as well. It was in the thumbnail for a reason, you know. 2014, Sting made his WWE television debut as well, and of course 2015, Tyler Breeze as well. I was a big fan of Tyler Breeze, actually. I like Tyler Breeze.
It's great. Even when he came back a few weeks ago, he was deadly.
Yeah. And then obviously other significant moments. Obviously the 1987 one featured the debut of 4-on-4 and 5-on-5, the matches we were talking about kind of thing, for tag team matches, which was pretty cool as well. 1998, the Deadly Game tournament introduced the Crown as a new WWF champion. 2002, the first ever Elimination Chamber match took place as well. And 2016, we got the Brand versus Brand match was introduced as a major format change. So they're kind of just some highlights on Survivor Series and stuff like that. But now we're going to have a bit of fun because this is what we do each week. And you guys are going to have to delve deep and you're going to have to pick your Survivor Series theme from these again. So we have another bit.
Oh my God.
So there you go.
I love doing these on TikTok.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen it? I love doing them.
Yeah,
Are we
It's so
going,
fun.
is it one from each line vertically or
It's-
one from each line horizontally?
it's one from each line horizontally.
In general.
So you work
horizontally,
across
yeah.
and down. And you pick 5. So have a think about it. Same in the chat, folks. Have a think about it. Let us know. Look at this guy, Ian. Look at this guy. Look at this dog.
I blame Keith. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Keith.
Blackman and Al Snow, comedy gold. Yeah, absolutely, Mark.
Head
Head
cheese.
Yeah.
Right,
head
in the
cheese,
chat,
yeah.
folks, let us know in the chat as well. Your 5-man Elimination Chamber team. Pick a 1 from each row across.
You
Who
did
wants
me a
to pick
dirty
stuff?
on this.
Yeah, it's horrible.
No,
isn't
I
it?
don't think so, because like I gave you 25 wrestlers to pick from. Much better
Yeah,
than
but look at
last
the
week.
lines. Look at the
Yeah.
lines. Right? You got Cody Rhodes and John Cena on the same line.
Finn Balor, Brock
I
Lesnar,
I
and
guess-
Roman
I guess
Reigns
what?
on the same line.
I mean,
Right, okay.
These are
Right,
serious
okay.
lineups. Anyone
Right,
got
do you know what?
ready? Shoot.
I've got one. Yeah, I've got my
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Mark
Dave, fire
says,
away.
Mark says from the screen, we look like a Survivor Series team.
And I'm the manager. Wow. Demoted or what?
Oh.
Whew.
Paul Heyman's older sister.
Whew.
Whoa.
We have to get him one of those big chunky phones. Deadly. Right,
Dave,
anyone want
I'll do
to
it.
kick off? Anyone pick their team yet?
Dave,
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah,
Right, go ahead,
sorry,
Dave.
Keith, you go ahead.
Me?
come on, Keith.
Okay, Keith, you go.
I would go with Brock Lesnar, Braun Breaker, Jacob Fatu, and I will go with Drew McIntyre and Gunter.
Interesting. Interesting. Dave?
I'm gonna go Finn, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus.
Interesting.
I think I have it figured out.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Right, first things first. I'm gonna go. You don't start. Right, first things first. I'm gonna go with Brock Lesnar all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar. I'll stick with Brock. John
Yeah.
Cena.
Damn, Cody Rhodes dirty for the second week in a row. Yes. I love you. I love you. I love you, Solo.
You put a gun to my head.
I love you, Solo.
John Cena. I would say Jacob Fatu. I'm going to go with CM Punk. And then, of course, the last line has to be one of the greatest of all time, Sami Zayn.
Shut up.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not
Yes.
messing about here.
Go home.
I'm putting my team together here, and
Mhm.
not just Emma can go next or Sean, whoever. But I tell you, if anyone's picking anyone bar Randy Orton in row 4, you're in.
Yes.
Randy Orton is Survivor Series royalty. How
He's
can you
on
pick
mine.
anyone? Oh,
He's on
100%. I actually went to row 4 first to pick Randy Orton before he started at the top. But that's just a shout, like, you know. Where do we see?
Oh, good Jesus! Who put Danny Deans in a survivor? Mark Hogan, you're a legend. I'm sorry, that popped me there. Paddy Morrow and Danny Deans, Captain Rooney. Fucking hell.
There we go. So
Right,
he's
sorry,
got Paddy Morrow, Red Vinny, Owen Richards, Danny Deans, and Captain Rooney. Not a bad team. Not a bad team. You got power.
I
there,
remember.
you got
Yeah, I
toys,
remember that.
you
Yeah.
got high flying. You got the whole lot. Red Vinny,
CJ Summers.
Yeah. Bren dropping Cody, quacking, then a hot plate,
wow.
typical. Absolutely, 100% that. Who's up next? Sean, you got yours?
Yeah, I think I do. First line, got to go Finn Balor. Second,
What's the whole thing? Balor, what's that? Come on.
It's
gotta
the
go
Irish
for
thing.
it's an Irish thing.
Bray.
Seth Rollins over Cody Rhodes because no one wants a bedtime story. AJ Styles, Randy Orton because the last person I pick is CM Punk, and for the last line, Sheamus.
Yeah.
So Sean, your team's getting eliminated first by the looks of things. Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
You go pick the weaker team because that's getting eliminated first. That's fair
Not
enough. Sean.
clobbering time, it's nap time.
Oh.
Get out. Get
Sean,
out.
take your fried
You're up,
rice elsewhere, pal.
Mm-mm.
Egg fried
Right.
rice. Egg fried rice.
Fried rice, yeah.
Yeah. This is how you actually build a team. I'm gonna go Jey Uso. No, I'm not. I'm joking.
Here's the main event.
No. So Finn Balor,
Yeah.
John Cena, Jacob Fatu, CM Punk, and Sheamus.
CM Punk and Sheamus.
Let me cook. I cook.
Interesting.
And the kitchen's on fire, folks.
Wow.
Interesting.
Oh my
Sean,
Lord.
that's sexist. I am going to put you in the book for that one.
Interesting.
Yeah, actually.
Do you know, Emma? I don't know if you see any of these, Emma, that are for the women. Send it on to me. We do a women's one next week because we've
Good
done a
shout.
couple of men's
Okay.
ones now. It'd be nice to get a couple of women's ones if they're out
Yeah.
there.
Make
if they're
one.
interested.
No, that would
I'll make
definitely
Yeah.
definitely be good.
Yeah,
Definitely
I'm
would.
sure
I'll
they're
make
out there.
one.
We'll find one or make one. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Could you
Make
do,
it really
past and present
difficult.
one?
Who's left? Just me to do one, is it?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns. You gotta go with the big dog. You know, can't be dealing with all this like this nationality stuff doesn't win anything, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go with Braun Breaker. I'm gonna go with Jacob Fatu, am I, or AJ Styles? I'm gonna go with AJ Styles because Jacob Fatu has time on his hands. Of course, I'm gonna go for Randy Orton, absolutely royalty. And I'm gonna put in a man who's been tearing it up. He's new in. I could go Sheamus for the Irish. Definitely wouldn't be going Sami or Rusev. Not necessarily Gunther, but I'm gonna put Penta in there because I think he's had a stellar year. I think he deserves a place in any Survivor Series team at the moment. So Roman Reigns, Braun Breaker, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and Penta will give us those big moments in that cage. That's what we want. So that's what I went with. That's
100%.
that's where I'm going with. What else? Have
I'm
we
probably
got?
going to regret saying this, Niall.
Yeah,
But
you
is
probably
there
will.
anything to be is there anything to be said, right? At the start of 2026, we all pick 5 different wrestlers, male or female, and we'll run a bit of a league. Kind of like a
Like a
Premier League,
fantasy football thing.
Fantasy football
like
for
a
wrestling. I'm
fantasy
all for
football
that.
thing
Yeah.
for wrestling.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Let's do it.
we'll figure out the rules. Now, the reason I'm going to regret it is because I'm really bad at logistics. So
A lot of them do them, don't they? Don't they score points? For the PLEs and the pay-per-views, and they
We'll
judge
look
it
at
that way.
we'll look at something like that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, all right. Yeah, you can run like a league kind of thing or something. Yeah, it'd be a bit of fun.
Deadly.
The way it goes, will be absolutely shockingly bad.
I just want to
Especially-
give a shout out to Acers. He comment there, looking forward to MJF winning the AEW Championship full year
Yeah,
after Hangman retains the title. I will be doing a video hopefully on that, and I do a Dynamite one every end of every week. So make sure you check that out, Acers.
there's real old school from Dave, isn't it? As old school as you get probably in that list. And Sheamus, Punk, AJ, Cena, Brock. I wonder what the average age is going across that. Be kind of
45, I'd say. No,
Yeah.
actually, 45 to 47 between them all on average.
What are we talking there?
Yeah.
We're talking what 180. Talking close to 250 there in combined years nearly. That's insane,
Wow.
isn't it? When you think
Jeez.
about it, you think about it.
A quarter.
Interesting.
quarter of it.
Right, we got
Wow.
a word last week. SmackDown potentially going back to 3 hours.
Apparently, it's temporary. Apparently, it's only for 6 or 7 months or something like that. What they were saying.
What was the idea behind it? Did anyone hear, or why are they doing it, or is it just that they're beginning to realize now that when you have such a stacked roster, you can't just keep on doing 8 mans and 8 women's and 4 mans and 4 women's and all this kind of thing to get everyone on the roster a little bit of TV time, and that you need a bit more time? I would have thought. I seen this and I thought maybe the reaction might be bad. Sounds like the reaction's all right online.
The women's division suffering on SmackDown because of the lack of screen time. I would be happy if it went to 3 hours if we
Yeah.
get the same amount of women's time we get on Raw, but on SmackDown. There's a balance on Raw. On SmackDown, they're probably forced with the 2 hours to choose.
Maybe that's
you know,
our thinking as well.
between them.
Maybe that's our
Yeah.
thinking, Dave.
Would it not be a business
But I think
reason,
You
Niall?
can't blame it
Sorry,
all
sorry,
on
Evan.
time, though.
Would it not be a
Which?
business reason? Would it not be a kind of like, let's drum up more ads, more revenue, and maybe then talent second?
Well, I mean, look, someone obviously has to pick up the bill at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So advertising has to be a part of it. But I mean, I think if you put another hour in there, what are you getting? You're probably getting another 50 minutes, 45 minutes, 40 minutes of rest and 20 minutes of ads or something. So if you get that, if you have another 40 minutes, you're potentially another 3 matches or something or more.
They really need to call up some NXT people, though, I think, for SmackDown.
The problem is, Keith, yeah, probably do just to freshen it up a bit. The problem is, but where do people then go?
Mhm.
You know, because sometimes I look at this when you revert back to that extra hour and stuff like that. I get the feeling maybe that they're struggling from a creative point of view to fit everything in for everyone because they're stuffed with talent. And then if you lay on top of that as well, potentially we're getting Jericho back and stuff like that as well. You know, that's going to be a sizable chunk on whichever show he goes on. You know. So maybe that's the place for Jericho to go is on SmackDown. That could make a huge difference if he does go back in. It sounds like he is because we have a slide here that's going to define that. You know,
I think once you kind of look at it, though, you look at all the pay-per-view matches and cards, they're all very Raw based. Like there's not much
Yeah.
matches or storylines that have came from SmackDown, and I don't think it's so much a timing issue. I think it all circles right back around to creative. I think when they were doing the draft, they were more worried about getting talent for Raw and what they could put on Raw, and kind of having SmackDown as more that secondary brand. And now I think it's kind of coming back in their faces. It's nearly a slap in the face. Obviously, we don't have as much matches and no storylines or nothing that, you know, would be put on a pay-per-view compared to Raw. So I don't think it comes... I think they're thinking, you know, if we put that extra where maybe we can get some matches for pay-per-views. But you look at it and there's a lot of people that can call up for NXT, but I think the men's division for SmackDown's fine, and what they need to work on is the women's and tag division. I think that's where they need to have their laser focus on
I think the
100%.
tag division is much better on SmackDown than it is on Raw.
But then again, you look on NXT and there's not much tag teams that can call up in NXT. You look in the past 3 years, a lot of tag teams have been released from WWE. What does that do for you?
I do agree with the Divas. The women's one needs to shake up because it's
all their
very
stars are on Raw.
Yeah.
I think the issue as well is if you are going to bring up people from NXT, they need that extra 5 or 6 minutes in a match to be able to display their wares and show how good they are.
Yeah.
You can't expect an NXT guy or girl to come up and at the curtain be told, sorry, we've had to cut your match by 5 minutes there. You've got 6 minutes and you're going out and you're trying to present yourself. And as much as people think about it, those people who go to SmackDown and go to Raw and watch SmackDown and watch Raw may not necessarily watch NXT. So they may not necessarily be overly familiar with these people. And it's a case in point and stuff like that. We've seen it with so many stars that come up from NXT and they just fall flat in their mush. And it's not because they're not talented. It's because they just don't have enough time to make that connection, which is like a very different audience. Like when you're walking out to an NXT audience, it's very close. It's on top of you. It feels like nearly feels like an indie vibe to it. Whereas if you walk out on Raw or you walk out on a PLE, that's a big ramp, that's a walkway, that's a lot of people, and it's a lot of noise that gets drowned out. So sometimes it's much more difficult to connect with the audience than if you're that closeness to those other. And yourself going to those NXT shows as well, if you're going to Full Sail and stuff like that, it's literally nearly the same people week in, week out. They're nearly your buddies at this stage, So you walk out on Raw and each week you're in a different town. It's a different vibe. Even going down to San Diego now for Survivor Series, that will feel like a different vibe than if you were in New York or Chicago or Florida or whatever it is. So sometimes you have to adjust to those things. And I think you need just that bit more time to show people what you can do so they can turn around and go, well, I like that Obafemi or I like that Javon Evans or whoever it is because this is what they do and it kind of feels new and it's fresh and it's different, So maybe that has something to do with it as well. Don't worry, Daniel. I'll put you down for those 3 Zack Ryder shirts. No problem. Yeah, he was in today. I said, so do you want 3 shirts? Oh, no. This is something we spoke about. We spoke about even on this. AJ Styles talking about the one thing that's missing at the moment is the selling. And we talk about it all the time, that the prize is really in the selling. And we, who do we talk about? Dolph Ziggler. We talk about every week. JD McDonough, how good JD McDonough is as a seller of the art. Absolutely incredible. He can go into a ring and make anyone look $1 million. And that's truly the art. And spot on there from AJ Styles as well. So just wanted to raise that because we do talk about it literally on a weekly basis. Next up, we're going to talk about Jericho. This is going to get a bit tasty because normally I would look at this and I would normally go, ha, because it's the competition kind of thing,
Yeah.
But I was looking at this and I was thinking, you're after taking wheelbarrow loads and lorry loads of money off this guy. And now you're absolutely doing them dirty. And not only that, you're sitting at home doing the podcast and doing Fozzy and all the rest of it. And you're still getting paid truckloads of cash from this guy. And you're not even doing the honorable thing about going out like in a certain way. He goes, that fucking crowd looked huge. It looked huge. It was like a WWE level crowd. The place was packed. I was watching this. I'm not saying anything out of school here. And when Jericho says not saying anything out of school here, come on. But comparing it to watching Dynamite when they were at the ECW arena, which looked like a Tony Condello taping. Sorry, it did. TNA looked like the second biggest company in the world, and that was amazing. And the presentation was amazing. It looked like a WrestleMania. How do you feel about this? I thought this was just... Normally, I'd love it because I'm a WWE guy. I love AEW as well, but I'm a WWE guy. But I thought this is him doing these lads real dirty when it's not called for. They've absolutely given him everything that he wanted. And
I just thought a massive fallout with Tony. I think that's what it could have been.
Yeah, but like, imagine the money he's taken out of AEW. He was the first AEW champion, and he really was the guy that went over there that signed. He took that, dare I say, leap of faith when others didn't and stuff like that and all. And I think even during the Punk stuff and everything that went down, Jericho was the guy that stood shoulder to shoulder with Tony, defending AEW and all that kind of stuff. And I just look at this and I was going, this
It's really bad. It's
he's
really
an
petty.
it's a
Like,
bad look, isn't it?
yeah,
I
100%.
think.
I didn't like it at all. Like, I read that and I was like, look, regardless of how anyone feels about Tony Khan or AEW, the time he had there, he got billed as the top guy for years and years and years. Throughout his entire run in the company, Tony gave him the top of the card every single week, let him do what he wanted, gave him creative control. And it doesn't matter whether they had a fallout or not. He needs to be professional about it. He needs to be a little bit more, you know, kind and just to be like, don't shit all over, you know, the hand that feeds you. You know what I mean? I just think it's really bad. It's really, really bad.
Yeah,
So-
what happened to the NFL numbers that he was getting paid, and you know, all this kind of stuff, and how great it was, this creative freedom. And I mean, you could argue if you look at Jericho's career and how good we think Jericho is, and how many times he's reinvented himself and all that kind of stuff. Arguably his worst work is in AEW. I
Yeah.
have to say, I really think I thought at times he was getting paid money for nothing. As Dire
And
Straits.
do you know what's funny about that now? You make a good point, right? He was given creative freedom in AEW, and you say it's his worst run in wrestling. Whereas when he had the creative telling him what to do in WWE, he was his best run. So it goes to show that you can't be always right if you have creative control over your own character.
Well, I think with
I
Jericho,
disagree.
Jericho's kind of different, because with Jericho, I think Jericho would have a huge input into creative in WWE.
Yes.
Because some of the
He did.
stuff he came up with is really, really good and really edgy and really out there and stuff, you know. So it was pretty cool. But
Him and
I just
Shawn
think,
Michaels.
yeah, but even him and
All
Kevin
them
Owens, the list of
It was-
Jericho,
it was
Save
them.
Us, everything, you know. Yeah,
But can I
I mean,
just
yeah, go ahead,
can
go
I-
on.
can I just say, look, as harsh as this is going to say, he doesn't have to do anything. He's Chris Jericho. He's proven himself time and time again. This is the wrestling business, and he doesn't have to do anything. He's going to WWE, maybe not, but he's going to WWE, and he's going to get a truckload of business off money off WWE. He doesn't have to do anything. And listen, when he comes back at the Royal Rumble, we're going to jump. We're going to be excited, and it's going to be brilliant. So whether you like, whether we like what he said or not, it's not relevant. When he comes back to the Rumble, we're going to be like, yes, this is the best thing ever.
I think it is relevant insofar as it kind of says a lot about the person, and it says a lot about not necessarily the character. It says a lot. Like, I mean, at the moment we're led to believe that he's still under contract. So each week there's still a check arriving in that mailbox. You know what I mean? And you don't know, you kind of, I don't want to mean to say you don't bite the hand that feeds you kind of thing and stuff like that. But we all knew with this AEW situation, we all knew that if he goes in there and Edge and Big Show and all these guys, there's only one route out of that, and it's back to WWE for a Hall of Fame and a last run. And, you know, dare I say, it used to be a DVD, but maybe a book and a Mania spot or whatever it is and stuff like that. And that's how you end your career. You don't end your career running around a football stadium and one of your lads is on a pie ball horse with bow and arrow and all sorts of stuff. Like, this is not how your career ends if you're Chris Jericho. But there's a kind of a way to do business at a time where God knows how much money he's earned off AEW. You know what I mean? And I just think it just didn't sit well with me, you know. And look, I'm a WWE guy, and like, you know, if it was 20 years ago, I'd be going ha about it and it'd be a shoot interview and all this kind of thing. But I don't think this is. I don't think you shit on the doorstep when you're on the way out. Right. Listen, in 10 years' time, if he wants to sit down with Paul Heyman or with Steph and do a podcast and reflect back on his time in there, and who knows, maybe the stuff that happened in there with Jericho, similar to Punk and whatever it is, it soured him to it and stuff like that and all. And you know, like, but this guy went on a crazy run there when he was doing those hardcore matches and all this blood and gut stuff and all, and just it was absolutely insane. And it's just
the pizza cutter, the pizza cutter.
Yeah, remember all those? Remember the glass and the bulbs, and you're just there. Oh man, you're in the twilight of your career here. And you're carving yourself up, and for what? Like it's.
I think he knew as well, Niall, that he doesn't have many years left, and he wants to end it in WWE. You know, but saying that he should have been professional as well. You know,
well, didn't Cody?
I don't think you do your career any favors by making enemies along the way like that. You know what I mean? Because no one knows what's going to happen in WWE either in the future. I mean, TKO might get fed up with the investment; they might sell it off to Saudi. Anything might happen. You know what I mean? We don't know what might happen and how it could be affected and what could change and stuff like that. And I just think sometimes you need to be a little bit careful and just you know keep your options open and be careful in the way you do things. You know, like you know. there's a way of talking about these things. I don't think now is the time to talk about it. He doesn't need to force his way out. He's not being held hostage. His career's coming to an end. He's decided to go back to cement his legacy. That's okay. It's okay, but there's a way to live. Go out. You don't want a cohort of fans and another promotion absolutely hating your guts for no reason at all. You know what I mean? And like, it's so easy going back into WWE to turn around and go, TNA is the second best promotion, and we all love TNA, but it's easy to give the rub, like it's.
I don't think AEW backstage is all it's cracked up to be. I think if you look at it, like even Ricky Starks, Cody Rhodes said one day he's going to write a book and you're not going to believe what you're going to read. CM Punk's experience, and other people as well have spoken out about it. I think that there's something that we don't know about AEW that goes on backstage, and eventually when it all comes out, we're going to be like, actually, do you know what? That makes sense. But look, I take it was a bit unprofessional, but at the same time, he's Chris freaking Jericho.
Yeah, I just think when when the Thornton's bin lorry is pulling up and delivering your wages in $50 weeks, I think you have to have a little bit more respect. You know what I mean? And it's
I know what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, as a person, Brent, not so much as character as a wrestler, but as a person, that was just a bit,
Well, it wouldn't be me, and I don't think anybody in this podcast would do it except Sean. But I think.
Oh, how did you know?
That's fair. Mr. Michelin star has to lord it, doesn't he? That's just the way he is.
Throw a Michelin star at him.
Emma, what would you say about Jericho's statement there?
You see, I'm a huge Chris Jericho fan, but I do agree that there's kind of no need for that comment at all. Like, there's no need to say everything and be like, like bite the hand that feeds you, as Niall said, that kind of saying. But then again, there's been so many people come out about AEW. We don't know what will come out in the future, but I think right now, it's not a nice thing to say. But again, we will forget about it at the Rumble when we're doing the countdown and we're all screaming and cheering. But right now, I don't agree with what he said. No, definitely not.
We were all in the wool shed getting half cut,
That's it.
I haven't watched that yet. You've just put it up. I'm going to rent it on the weekend. It's pay weekend for me, so I'm going to rent it on the weekend. But I cannot wait to watch this.
It's on Amazon Prime, isn't it? It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, you can rent it or buy it on Prime. Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't.
I hope so.
Yeah, we will get to look at this on over the next week or so, and probably do a review of it on next week's show. But it's sure to be stellar. If it's at like the other ones he's done, they were absolutely amazing. And I would implore anyone, especially yourself, Emma, who is starting on that journey as well, if you check out Raven's Secrets of the Ring and stuff like that, you'll get some lovely little gold nuggets in there. And I seen him at a seminar one time in IWW talking for an hour nearly about the importance of a ring jacket, and he had people glued to what he was saying. Really, really cool.
He's an unbelievable brain.
Mind. Unbelievable mind. And sad to see him sick at the moment as well. It's sad, but unbelievable, incredible, and what a character he was as well. So,
so cool.
I remember one of the things I remember before we move on is what he said about Paul Heyman. When he was in ECW, he's the only one who had been anywhere like WCW, and he'd been anywhere. He was wondering why the hell are all these guys? Johnny Flamingo, wasn't it? Johnny Flamingo or something? I can't remember.
Scotty Domingo, wasn't it? Scotty
Domingo, yeah, there you go. But he was saying, like, Paul Heyman, he walked in and said, what's this guy talking about? And within 5 minutes of listening to Paul Heyman, he was ready to run through a wall for him. I thought that was really interesting because he was going in there, this is just another promotion, just trying to get me to elevate. And then by the end of it, he's like, let's go.
His interview on the Ariel Helwani show as well was really, really good because Ariel tried to pull him out into that Paul Heyman stuff, and he was having none of it. He was kind of making the point that none of us would be where we were if it wasn't for Paul and all this kind of thing and all. And it was cool to see it. Daniel's in. Raven versus Hardy was what got me into wrestling. Yeah, I was at the lockdown one where they faced each other and came down through all the tables. It was insane. I was telling the boys today about it. It was unbelievable. This is the top merch sellers for 2025 so far, WWE. Any surprise you? Any ones you would have thought would be in there that aren't in there?
Jacob Fatu is a surprise in there. No, not as a talent, but I just thought his merch has actually been quite not great, but Not
We sell.
You're
We sell.
not
I
really
mean,
a fan of his, though.
we sell a good.
no,
bit
that's
of
not. No, I don't
stuff.
mean it from a fan point of view, Keith. I just mean like the designs on his t-shirt. There's not as much effort put in as all the others. Do you know what I mean? So I just wasn't expecting him to be up there because of that. Not that he's not selling merch. It was just like the designs on his t-shirts.
Yeah.
You know, I think are not as good as the rest of them. That's all.
There's not one surprise on that list, though, for me.
No.
Not for me personally.
No.
Every
Tell-
single one of them.
Tell us this: when you look at the levels of merch that these guys would be selling, the one that did surprise me, and not because I wouldn't want her on the list or anything, was Alexa Bliss.
No.
I wasn't sure whether Alexa Bliss would sell that level of merch. If you know
Her
what I mean,
t-shirts fly out.
on that list.
Even
Yeah.
my wife has one. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like in the wardrobe. Her t-shirts fly out the
But,
door.
but you know what I mean? Like nearly every month you get a Punk shirt and a Senior shirt and a Penta shirt and of course Jey Uso and Rhea and Roman and all, Cody and all. But you don't get a lot of different Alexa Bliss shirts.
Yeah,
You know
true.
what I mean?
True.
So I was just thinking in terms of the volume and stuff like that. And then I was kind of thinking AJ Lee as well, because she'd already come back and then she was gone and
I bought
you
them
know,
all.
just out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, you know. But yeah, but like when you think about it, they flooded the website with her stuff. But again, I thought, you know, just for that such short period of selling, they must have sold so much merch at that time when she came back to then go off and then come back again, kind of thing. You know, it was interesting.
But Alexa has a really clear following. Every time she disappears and she comes back, everybody goes nuts. I totally get it.
But I think with Alexa, I think as you said, there is a following there. You know, the Bray Wyatt connection and various other things and all. But she has.
Don't forget the dolls, Niall. The dolls are what's selling as well.
But I think with the others, I mean, even if you're not a CM Punk fan, every so often there's probably a cool shirt that comes out that you'll want. With the others, there's always another shirt that's cool that you might want. Like you mightn't pop into us on a certain day to buy a Roman Reigns shirt, but you might end up leaving with one because there might be one in there that's cool. Cody's the same. You know what I mean? If you think about that American Nightmare stuff and how it's centered around that god awful neck tattoo, that's for sure. But it's kind of weird that like his merch is so popular and the way it goes out there and the amount that they produce. Most people on the screen here nearly have a new shirt nearly every week. You know what I mean? Literally, you know. So
Pentas are designed so well. You look at the design of Penta shirts; they're cracking.
But to your point as well, Niall, I've often gone into your shop with the intention to buy one shirt, and I just be like, I had no intention of buying a Texas Tornado T-shirt today. You'd mentioned it, but I had my eye on a couple of others. But this incredible, like so.
Yeah. It's mad that way to say it and all and stuff like that. But as I said, I thought with Alexa, I thought she would have a very defined kind of audience and therefore it wouldn't hit the volumes. But as you said, then you have the leather jackets and the dolls and all sorts. So you have all those other stuff. And then obviously with Cena with the caps and wristbands and everything else. And Penta with the man, Jay with the glasses, of course, and everything, you know. So yeah. Interesting to see that like Roman's there, Jay and Jacob, a lot of the bloodline represented as well is interesting. Rhea
People
just
love the OTT or the OTC t-shirts just flew out, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Again, Rhea Ripley, the wife bought one last week. Bought one last week.
Penta is a shocker. Surprised Cross isn't there.
That is quality. That is.
After all his merch talk, yeah, he's got a point.
No. This is coming from a guy who ordered a Karrion Kross shirt off me and never bothered picking it up. I just want to put that out there.
He didn't pick it up.
No, he's a fraud, and he tried to blame it.
Shame, Daniel Jones.
He broke his collarbone. He tried to blame it on it breaking his collarbone.
It's hard to pay when you break your collarbone.
Not really. You can just hand me your wallet and I'll tap your card.
You've got PayPal, you know.
And I would make the point he came into the shop to show me that he had broken his collarbone and his arm and his leg, which made it even worse.
Was your card machine working?
But did you?
Always
was that the problem?
Always works.
But did you know, Niall, that Jeff Hardy was more popular than President Obama and John Cena for a week in 2009?
It was a day, I think. It wasn't a week. It definitely wasn't a week. As a matter of fact, it might have been an hour.
In the early hours when everyone else wasn't paying attention.
A good friend of mine went to see Jeff Hardy in concert when we were in Dallas for WrestleMania 38.
Oh, God help them.
And it was, he showed me the videos. It was very bad. Very bad. Wouldn't be something I'd be going to in a hurry. Certainly wouldn't be something I'd be paying into either.
No.
There you go. That's just me. Big up Jeff Hardy.
I know my music and he's not very good.
Westlife.
There we go.
That's a Westlife
we
gang
go.
sign, by the way. Right there.
What is it with you West Dublin guys with your gang signs and all stuff, you know? What the hell is wrong with you? So we do have a little bit of... Anyone have anything else to add before we get into history and birthdays? I don't have a lot of birthdays this week because there simply wasn't a lot of birthdays.
I've
Yeah.
got.
Can
I've
I-
got one. I've
Go,
got,
sorry. You
No,
fire
no, you're
away.
all right.
Mine's stupid, so you fire away.
The card for Full Gear is shaping up absolutely deliciously. Pack against Darby Allin opening the show. That should be a cracker of a match.
Oh, shit, go on. I'm only messing. I'm only messing.
Stop it! I've got content to
joking.
make.
I'm joking.
The national title casino gauntlet matches. It's always a little bit of fun. Benjamin, Lashley, Ricochet, Speedball, Kevin Knight, all those lads. Adam Page, Samoa Joe, and Steel Cage. I am buzzing for that. I am absolutely buzzing for that.
Yeah,
That
sounds
rivalry
like
has been
fun.
fantastic.
Sounds like fun.
Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Moné. I'm worried.
Did anyone see
I
the
am
entrance?
worried.
14
Did
belts.
anyone see
14
the
belts.
entrance I put into the WhatsApp group where the entrance came falling down at that community hall? It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah.
And hopefully this is the end of that stupid Bandito and FTR, Brodito and FTR rivalry, because that's doing my nutting, man. That's just going on way too long. That needs to finish. But yeah, Full Gear's looking absolutely stacked this weekend. It's on Sunday, so you have something to watch.
Yeah, make sure you check out Dave's show as well. Dave will be giving us our AEW Dynamite breakdown, so that'll be one of the lead-in shows for it as well. So that should be interesting as well.
Gold Rush tonight.
Yeah, we've Sean's
Yeah.
NXT tomorrow.
Yeah.
We've
Sean,
Dave's
yeah.
Dynamite.
If he gets it in on time.
We've got
You stop that. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. You stop that.
Keith's top 5 list went out on Monday. By the way,
Yeah.
happy
it
birthday
did.
for Saturday, Keith. You're damn right I was.
Thanks.
Happy birthday,
Hope
Keith.
you have a great day.
Keith, Full Gear's on your
Happy
birthday, pal.
birthday.
And of course, the SmackDown show, laying the crack down this Saturday, 8 o'clock live.
Yeah.
I'm
Got a good
week.
Yeah, it's a good week of content, all right. And then the football's back as well. I'm gonna have to fit that in as well. And on top of that, I'm gonna be doing a show giving my thoughts on Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua coming up on the 19th
Yes.
of December. That should
Yeah.
that should- that should
Lord,
be-
man.
And you've
that should
also
be
got to
good.
watch along on Thursday.
I've got to watch
Or
along
the-
on Thursday for about a half an hour. We're going to be covering the draw for Ireland for the playoffs as well. About 11:15. We'll be
Yeah.
live on Thursday for that as well. That should be a bit of crack as well. Hopefully, we get a good draw. Right.
Can I
so
shout out the
lots-
card for Gold Rush quick?
Go on, sure. Why not?
A
Plenty
little
of time.
snippet of NXT or
Ooh.
Go on, John. Get the plug in, pal, like I did. Go on.
Go on,
First
Sean.
of all, we got a rematch for the title that Soul Worker never lost. We got Blake Monroe versus Soul Worker for the women's North American
That's gonna slap.
title.
Awesome.
We got Thea
Gonna be
Hale
insane.
and Joe Hendry versus Miss Chelsea Green and Ethan Page for the AAA mixed tag team titles. JC Jane is getting her rematch against Tatum Paxley for the title. And finally, this is the match I'm most excited for, I'm not going to lie. Javon Evans and Leon Slater versus Darkseid for the NXT tag team titles.
That's going to be amazing. I cannot wait for that.
Just-
I actually
do
was
you
looking
know-
through my t-shirts the other day, and I've got an OG Leon Slater's first t-shirt that he
Yes.
ever produced. I got
That
it on an
sounds me.
FFPW show, and I've got that there. And that's not leaving. That
Hey.
is not
Good
leaving.
man.
Love
I
that
want-
kid.
I wanted to mention as well, Sean. I thought you would have been onto me on WhatsApp when you seen Mike Santana losing the belt.
I was pissed.
I was expecting a video.
I-
I was expecting a video coming through and all. It didn't happen.
Do you know what?
You're busy
Look
cooking,
at the
probably.
emotion. Look at the emotion.
I was too busy in a corner crying, if I'm being honest with you. Frankie Kazarian, amazing, but fuck off. You know?
Clip that,
Seriously.
Niall. Clip that. Get that up on the. Get that
That's
up.
going on
This
TikTok.
This is
Yeah, you
where
know
I'm
what?
getting them as content for her.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Frankie
Fantastic.
Kazarian, fuck off.
That's going to be my response to every WhatsApp message for next year and a half, Sean. Thank you for that.
No bother.
SCU, huh? SCU for life.
Hello, Dave. How are you? Frankie Kazarian. Fuck off.
Fuck off.
See yourself out. Mike Santana get the title back.
You might have to send us 2 videos tomorrow then, will you? We need
Two
that. We need that
videos.
Frankie Kazarian hate video, yeah, absolutely.
Emma, how's your
Vendetta.
journey? How's your journey going? I meant to ask you actually earlier on.
I am back this
How's
week.
the shoulder?
Yeah, it's all good. I'm back this week. I'm cleared. I'm working on my character, which I'm very happy about.
Nice.
So I'm so excited to get back into it. Like,
Where are
I'm
you training?
buzzing. Fight Factory.
Fight Factory. Nice.
Emma, give us a
Love
little
it.
insight into the character. What's the character kind of? Don't give us
Okay.
too much, but give us a little bit.
Think of like colorful, kind of like HBK, kind of early days, colorful, glitter, kind of big character. Yeah, that's kind of what
Have
I'm
you got
going for.
Netflix? I said it to you the other day.
Yeah.
Watch Glow on Netflix. Watch Glow.
I'm starting it tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Trust
can't
me,
wait.
it's
When you, I'll make you a promise. When you have your first FFPW match, I will fly back for it specifically.
Oh my god! Thank you. Listen,
I will make
you're
you a
all
promise. If
invited.
you let me know within plenty of notice, I will fly back to go and watch that.
Thank you very
Stop
much.
changing the goalposts. If you get 24 hours notice, you'll fly over. What is this?
Didn't want to give myself too much panic, you know.
Only if there's a Shells game on the same weekend.
Yeah.
Gotta cover the
That's
cost.
it.
Dave, I hadn't heard that, but maybe that's why Jericho was cementing it, is he? That TNA DV deal. There you go. And Daniel's in. As it stands, Ireland's in pot 3.
Oh,
Right,
Probably
okay,
don't want
it's
that.
not good.
Right, let's get a bit of history and a few birthdays done. So we start off
Yeah.
1996. A lot of Survivor Series in here, as you would imagine. WWF presented their Survivor Series from Madison Square Garden, New York. The show is remembered as one of the most historical important in the history of WWE, most notably marking the television debut of one Rocky Maivia, The Rock, who would become the sole survivor in his debut match. 1997, on the same Raw show, Vince McMahon sat down with Jim Ross to talk about the Montreal screw job and gave his now famous line, Brett screwed Brett, enshrined in history. 2002, WWE Survivor Series returned to Madison Square Garden, New York, and was a night full of title changes. Billy Kidman pinned Jamie Noble for the Cruiserweight Championship. In the hardcore match, Victoria pinned Trish Stratus to win the WWE Women's Championship. The Big Show became the first man to pin Brock Lesnar to win the WWE Championship. Los Guerreros, Eddie and Chavo Guerrero, defeated Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit and the team of Edge and Rey Mysterio in a triple threat elimination match to win the WWE Tag Team Championships. And in the first ever Elimination Chamber match we spoke about earlier, Shawn Michaels defeated Triple H, Booker T, Rob Van Dam, Kane, and Chris Jericho to become the World Heavyweight Champion.
I
In the
cried.
worst wrestling
Not gonna
tights
lie.
of all time, by the way.
They were.
Oh
They
my
were. That's
Lord.
true. They were. To be fair.
But deadly.
And his hair. What was
2012.
up with his hair? Like
Who's this?
anyway, Shawn
Shawn
Michaels'
Michaels
hair in
when he won the
2002 for the
Elimination
Elimination Chamber. His hair and his trousers, like what the.
He was
Oh.
working, yes. It worked. 2012, WWE Survivor Series was held in Indianapolis, Indiana. The main event of the night was WWE Champion CM Punk defending his belt in a triple threat match against John Cena and Ryback. Towards the end of the match, 3 men dressed in black jumped the rails and attacked Ryback, powerbombing him through the announce table. Michael Cole and commentary recognized the men as NXT wrestlers Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, who would later be announced as the Shield and go on to dominate the WWE as a group and as individuals for years to come. Absolutely unbelievable. That's why they were in the thumbnail this week, and rightly so. 2011, WWE Survivor Series was held in Madison Square Garden, New York. They love Madison Square Garden. The main event saw John Cena and The Rock team up against and beat Awesome Truth, The Miz and R-Truth. This was The Rock's first WWE
What a
match
tag
since WrestleMania 20 in 2004. There we go. And then one little piece left. 1990, the 4th annual Survivor Series took place on Thanksgiving night in Hartford, Connecticut. This pay-per-view is fondly remembered for the on-screen debut of The Undertaker. And we spoke about that earlier as well. So we have some notable birthdays here. We're going to start off. We've only got 4, and 2 of them are attached. So 1983, Brie and Nikki Bella celebrate their birthdays this week. Keith, wish them happy birthday. Come on, Keith. Don't be that.
No, because their birthday's a day before mine, so no.
Come on, let's go. Happy birthday.
Don't do it, Keith.
Oh.
Don't do it, Keith.
Oh.
Stay strong, my man. Stay strong.
1964, the franchise Shane Douglas And we rounded out, of course, with 1960, the beautiful and often missed Miss Elizabeth. Rounds out your
What a woman.
birthdays for this week. That's it. Miss Elizabeth, the franchise Shane Douglas, and Nikki and Brie Bella. That's the kind of week it was for notable birthdays, folks. But there you go.
And Keith.
And Keith has a notable birthday. There we go.
1962, was it?
No, that's my mom.
19.
No, that's when he had his 21st.
Folks, you may not believe it. He dyes his hair, but he is actually older than Niall.
Wow.
Hey, I'm not even
I
the
mean,
oldest
I-
person
I'm-
on the panel.
Keith
Ask
is
Brian.
older than Niall. He is. He's older.
I'm
than Niall.
I'm older than Niall.
He's
Me
older
too.
than
I'm not.
We all are.
I'm the youngest.
I'm the Godfather.
Are you the youngest, Sean?
Are you?
I think so. I'm 20.
Oh, I'm
Get out.
21. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm
God,
21 at the end of the year. My 21st is this weekend.
This weekend coming? I
Yeah.
can't wait. Where is it?
Somewhere you're
Hang on,
not.
wait. Hold on.
Oh,
Let me just check my phone. Surely there's a text message here from you, Sean. I'll just check
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Wait.
No.
Hey, Noel, did you get no?
No.
Emma, did you get a
no,
I heard
no,
nothing.
didn't get
I heard
him.
nothing.
No,
Dave?
Ah.
Keith?
No, mm-mm.
nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show up.
Well,
in a
welcome
CM
back to the
Punk
podcast,
t-shirt.
Sean. It was lovely having you.
I for coming, ma'am.
One guy doesn't tell us about his birthday. The other guy is quiet about it, doesn't want to mention it. And then we have the other guy in the chat who should be on the show, is too busy cooking pizza and garlic bread. What's going on here? There's going to be ramifications.
I'm
These
cussing out Frank.
these videos this week better show up on time. I better not have to chase them, or there will be war.
Sean.
Sean.
The debut of the show, yeah.
I'm
There we go.
shitting myself.
You should be. Until next time, folks, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button, and make sure you're checking out all the panel shows that are going up this week. I will be back on Thursday with Thursday Tier Talk with Darren. On Friday, I'll probably do Joshua and Jake Paul. I'll also have a preview for Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest and all that good stuff as well. And make sure you have a safe week. And again, as I said, our thoughts and prayers goes out to the family of those 5 individuals who were sadly killed in a road traffic accident at the weekend up in County Louth. Very, very sad. Still thinking about you guys, especially at this time of year. Very, very sensitive time of year for these things to be happening. So until next time, folks, stay safe. Thanks to everyone who